What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today, finally, with the mock draft. So this mock draft, I'm going to just be doing the lottery 1 to 14. I wanted to keep this a little bit brief, and then I want to do a little bit more research before I come back and do my full first and second round mock drafts, you know, get into like the version 2.0, 3.0 type stuff. And this is just based off my initial research, what I know from being just an avid college basketball and NBA fan, and just having general awareness of team needs. So let's jump right into it. Oh, also, as always, as I used to do, the results of the entire mock draft are going to be listed in the description below if you want to go ahead and check them out and not see the analysis or anything like that. So jump right into it. Number 1 overall pick, so the Boston Celtics from the Brooklyn Nets, I believe. A lot of people have the Celtics taking a point guard, either Lonzo Ball or Markelle Fultz. I have them going in a different direction. Let's say they don't try to trade for Jimmy Butler or Paul George. I have them taking Josh Jackson, the small forward / shooting guard out of Kansas. Jackson's had a tremendous freshman year at Kansas so far. I think he'd be a much better fit for a team like the Celtics than the guy they drafted last year in Jaylen Brown. I don't think that was the best pick in the world. And to be honest, I don't know how much longer. I think if the Celtics do make a big-time trade, even for like a center or a power, any position, they're going to end up giving up Jaylen Brown and have to fill that spot at the 3. So I think that Josh Jackson's a good fit there, and I do think he might be the most. I think he is the most talented player in this draft, straight up. So let's get on to the number 2 pick. Phoenix Suns, and I have them taking Markelle Fultz, point guard out of Washington. Markelle Fultz, a guy that good size as a point guard, 6'4". I think he's got a tremendous explosion, that good first step to the rim he can drive. Something that's, I wouldn't say it's a lost art in basketball, but it's always nice to find a guy that can do that, especially in a Suns offense where they used to kind of run a little bit more fast-paced, get you a point guard that could run that similar style offense again. Number 3 over, actually, that wasn't even Steve Nash that was running that. That was more Morris Stoudemire. But anyway, very exciting offense to watch back in the day. But anyway, let's get on to the number 3 pick, Los Angeles Lakers. I have them taking a kid that's already in Los Angeles right now, Lonzo Ball. Now, I get it, D'Angelo Russell's kind of the future right now there, but I do think that Lonzo Ball's a good fit. Obviously, tremendous size at 6'6". A guy that's been having a great year at UCLA, bringing the Bruins back into prominence. And again, he gets to stay in LA, which I think is a win. And I don't know how much longer D'Angelo Russell will have there. And a lot of this depends on Magic Johnson's vision for the Lakers' future. So, at number 4, I have the Orlando Magic selecting the point guard out of NC State, Dennis Smith. So Dennis Smith is a tremendously fun player to watch. He is extremely athletic, explosive, and I think the sky's the limit for him in the NBA. The Magic, I think, could use a better point guard than Elfrid Payton, someone with more upside and someone they can really start building around, and I don't think they need front court help at all. So anyway, let's get on to number 5. I got the Philadelphia 76ers selecting the point guard out of Kentucky, De'Aaron Fox. So De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, obviously forming the best, at least in my opinion, the best backcourt in college basketball, the best young backcourt, maybe the most exciting one as well. Both players are tremendously athletic. De'Aaron Fox a little small, but still has decent size at point guard at 6'3". Very athletic, a guy that I think also has very high-end potential in the NBA. At number 6, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves selecting the small forward / power forward. Probably going to stay at the 4 in the NBA, I think, depending on where he goes. But I think they're going to draft Jonathan Isaac, Florida State kid, having a tremendous season, extremely athletic. Florida State having a good season in the ACC right now. And I think that the Timberwolves could use a little bit of help, maybe to slot in between Andrew Wiggins at the 3 and then Karl Anthony Towns at the 5. I think Jonathan Isaac would be a good fit there. At number 7, I have the Dallas Mavericks selecting the small forward out of Duke, Jayson Tatum. Tatum's been good when he's played this year. Again, him, Harry Giles, they've been struggling with injury quite a bit at Duke to start the season. Obviously, they're good now. I mean, Harry Giles still on limited minutes, but anyway. Jayson Tatum's looked good, I think, when he's played. Again, this is a guy that came in as a top 3 recruit out of high school, McDonald's All-American, and just a tremendously talented kid. I think he's a good fit really wherever he goes. I think any team would love to have him, obviously. But this gives the Mavs someone to build around once again, after the Dirk era is over, which, judging based on his contract he signed last year, is within the next year or two. So, and just based on his age. So at number 8, I got the New York Knicks selecting the point guard out of France. I believe it's Frank Ntilikina. I remember the name. I've seen a little bit of tape of this dude. I can never get the name down. But anyway, kid at 6'5". Again, tremendously talented kid. I think he's a good fit in New York because I don't think New York's going to have Derrick Rose for much longer. Brandon Jennings is nothing in my mind for a long-term solution. And the Knicks, I don't think, are strangers to taking players from overseas. And I think that this Frank Ntilikina kid will actually be very good in the NBA. Again, good size, very athletic, pretty good potential as a facilitator from, again, the film that I've watched. Might not be there yet, but not quite like the Dante Exum coming out of Australia. But I think that he has a good future in the NBA. Let's get on to number 9, the New Orleans Pelicans. I have them selecting. People might think this is kind of a reach, but I have them selecting Miles Bridges, the small forward out of Michigan State. Plays a little bit at the 4, but I think in the NBA he'd fit in as a 3. Again, athletic kid, strong, kind of a human highlight reel when it comes to what he's done at Michigan State this year. And I think that he's going to be a star in the NBA as well. I know some people might think he's, I guess, lacking in a well-rounded game, maybe a little bit of size if he's going to play at the 4, but I think he has the strength to be able to hold his own. So at number 10, I have the Portland Trail Blazers selecting the power forward out of Cal, and that's Ivan Rabb. They get to stay on the West Coast, drafting a kid that's got to be pretty polished at Cal. Came into Berkeley with Jaylen Brown. Rabb decided to stay for another year. Again, talented kid, 5-star prospect, very good rebounder. Good scorer in the paint, and I think it's a pretty safe pick for a team like the Trailblazers. They could use a little bit of help in the front court. Anyway, move on to number 11, Sacramento Kings. And it might be a little bit of a risky pick, but they just gave up DeMarcus Cousins. I think this is another tremendously talented kid they can build around. That's Harry Giles. Again, very worrisome that he's got the knee problem. But we'll see how he recovers. Again, might be worth taking the risk on a kid that's got top 3 pick type talent. Again, came in as a top 3 recruit to Duke, but he's had to be on limited minutes all season. But tremendously fluent in the paint. Great rebounder, got very good size. I think the strength will definitely get there. I mean, I think he's got the weight right now, at least to a certain degree, at 240 pounds. But again, athletic, fluent, very talented kid. Just the injuries might be a problem. But I think that could be a good fit in Sacramento to find them another player to start building around in the paint. So at number 12, I got the Charlotte Hornets selecting the freshman center / power forward out of Texas A&M, and that's Robert Williams. So Robert Williams signed Texas A&M, again, another 5-star kid. Been having a good season so far, athletic guy. Obviously smaller if he's going to play at the 5, but I think the fit in Charlotte's pretty good. A guy that can maybe fit in at the 4. A Hornets team that's obviously building around Kemba Walker right now. And this adds another guy to help give Kemba a little bit of help down low, and I think it's a good fit. Number 13, we got the Miami Heat selecting the shooting guard / small forward out of Florida State. That's Dwayne Bacon. I love both Dwayne Bacon and Jonathan Isaac. I think they're both tremendously talented players. Dwayne Bacon, obviously, extremely athletic. Also came to Florida State for football as well. but obviously sticking the basketball route. I think you can't really go wrong with him. He's got a little bit of development, I think, still to go. But, he does have 2 years of polish in college, which is good. Good size. Again, tremendously athletic. And gets to stay in the same state. So I think that's a good fit as well. So at 14, to wrap up this video, actually been pretty long for a lottery mock draft, but I got the Milwaukee Bucks selecting the center out of Texas, and that's Jarrett Allen. So I've got to see Jarrett Allen play quite a bit. I wish I could have seen him in person. Graduated college, so I haven't been able to see him when he played at Oklahoma State. But, I've seen him on TV quite a bit. I like watching some Big 12 basketball. And for a struggling Texas team, Jarrett Allen is extremely talented. They were playing West Virginia on Monday and just completely destroyed some dude in the paint, dunked completely over him. I don't think it was Nathan Adrian. I can't remember who it was, but just a crazy dunk on Monday. This double-double machine, extremely talented. Got great size, and I think he's going to be a star in the NBA. Miles Turner, the last good Texas center to go out in the draft right now, playing for the Indiana Pacers, my favorite team, has been a good pick for them as well. Jarrett Allen has tremendous specs, athletic, I guess, size. He meets whatever needs a team would have. Again, the Bucks, I think they could really use a guy like this. The Bucks seem to take players that are just freakishly tall or got a freakish wingspan, obviously with the Greek freak and then Thon Maker. And I guess that Jarrett Allen could kind of fit the bill, not to those guys' degree though. Jarrett Allen, a little more polished basketball player than both those guys were when they were drafted, but again, I think Milwaukee would be a good place for him. A team that's, I think, is still getting better. Jabari Parker struggling with injury all during his career. So I think that Jarrett Allen, if they want to put him at the 4, maybe stretch out his range, work on his shooting a little bit more, then that's a position he could also fit in as well. But I think I really do like that fit. Anyway, that'll pretty much do it for this mock draft, guys. Like I said, I was excited to get back to doing that. The results of that entire thing, if you're watching this point in the video, will still be listed in the description below. And get to my NFL mock draft pretty soon here with the NFL draft just a couple months away, and the combine drawing close as well. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So yeah.